Welcome to my little corner of the living room where I have my computer, where I do my editing and my little bit of gaming in my spare time, and, a little web browsing, whatever else it is I have to do. So, you may be wondering, Chuck, in that fabulous, mythical few minutes here and there where you're not editing a video or going to shoot a video or helping Melissa with one of the many varied things she gets me involved with, what does a kimchi redneck do in their spare time? Well, like any good patriotic soul, I dive. Not in the water. No, I dive for liberty, for managed democracy, for Super Earth! Right. So that should have been a fun little montage in the background there. So, Helldivers 2. That's what I do in my spare time. I love jumping in onto random planets and blowing crap up. So, you might, if you've never played the game, wonder, what the hell is a Helldivers 2? So, quick explanation from somebody who's done almost no research, just what I've learned from playing the game and from one or two YouTube videos from somebody else who's looked stuff up. So, in the near sub 2100 future, in this alternate universe of Super Earth, there is some sort of, I'm guessing, world war, because there's a map. And on that map, after the world gets its head out of its ass and forms a unified government, you have 7 regions, 7 continents, it kind of tracks together. And on that map there are some nuclear fallout zones, so I'm guessing there was a world war in this alternate timeline. So after said war and governments formed, they form all the regions. Each region has a capital Unicopolis, which is a fancy word for megacity. If you've ever seen one of the Judge Dredd movies where they talk about like Megacity 1 goes from old New York all the way down to Washington, D.C., that's a megacity. Technically, I think a Unicopolis is supposed to be a city that spans a planet, but they're kind of used interchangeably. But once humanity gets its local stuff squared together, it figures out some sort of drive, which I cannot remember the name. I'll put it up right here. I think it's like the Aberdeen Drive or Aberdeen Drive or something. Anyway, they figure out faster than light travel. Now, what does a human do when they figure out faster than light travel? Well, like any good sci-fi show, they go exploring. Now, there are 2 enemies specifically. You have the bugs and the bots. Now, the bugs, if I remember correctly, were the first ones that humanity ran into, and they are just a infestation of bugs that somehow figured out how to travel between planets because they were spreading between planets when we found them. They're slowly expanding, as bugs tend to do. Now, for the incredibly patriotic and Earth-loving citizens, the scientists found out that bugs, either their guts or their remains, can be rendered down into something they call element 710. 710. I think I've seen that meme before. Oh wait, here it is. And a little of that. Oh yeah, bugs are space oil. So humanity being humanity figured out that they could make space oil, which their ships can run on, from bugs. So they immediately set up and started farming bugs. The bugs didn't care for it too much. Apparently the bugs possessed the ability to evolve quickly, and they started evolving different kinds of bugs, hunters, predators, what do they call them, chargers, in an effort to fight back. Now, on the other side of this little galactic map, on the other side of that, you had a branch of humans, which I believe they explain as dissidents, who did not like the way that the Earth government was set up. They wanted to be more share between all, let's say. And they decided to start upgrading themselves with cyberware, and they became the cyborgs. They apparently took over one of the planets called Cyberstan, made it their home base, and started trying to Borg-like include everybody. So, story between Helldivers 1 is fighting the bugs, fighting the bots, and then you run into the Illuminates. which are a race called the Squith. They apparently evolved from a water-based planet, and they have like the tentacles and stuff, so people started calling them the squids, which they still do in the game. Well, apparently Earth found out that the Squith, which were an advanced race who had been spacefaring far longer than we had better technology, and they had planet-killing weapons. So in true Earth fashion, we decided to hit them back first. That's basically the story of Helldivers 1, is we got stuck in a war between bugs, between bots, and between the Illuminate. And the lore is that we actually won. We corralled the bugs. We put them into basically farming stations so that we could humanely resource them for space oil. We subdued the cyborgs and put them on, we basically put them on the planet they wanted of Cyberstan, and they made a chain gang out of them. Forced labor. And the squids, if I remember correctly, we somehow drove out of the galactic map. Don't remember the exact details. I don't like playing the squids, so I didn't pay much attention to them. Now, the end of that war was in the year 2084. Current year in Helldivers 2 is 2184. It's 100 years later, and we're back in battle. The bugs managed to break out of their farms, and they started evolving new forms. They're now called Terminids. The cyborgs, quote-unquote, have disappeared, but now we have the automatons, whereas the cyborgs, these guys, had, just cybernetic upgrades to their body. The automatons are robotic bodies with possibly they seem to have occasionally skulls and spines, so there may be some organic tissue left, but they're much more of a full conversion cyborg. Well, they're a full conversion automaton and less a cyborg. And that's how the game started. Now, at this point in the game, the Squith, or the Illuminate, have showed back up, and we are back again in a three-sided war. And that's pretty much how the game goes. It is a live service game. It flows back and forth. If we lose objectives, we lose ground, and the enemies make up. If we win objectives, the enemies lose ground. Yeah, other than that, you're running missions and you're blowing stuff up. Now, if you want, I'll jump over here and I'll show you how we do.
Helldivers to Hellpods. Repeat, Helldivers to Hellpods.
I'm coming. I'm screen recording. So, we're going to jump in and we're going to do what I normally do when I'm playing. So, I do not have a dedicated play group that I go with, and I'm not a member of any of the Discords. I should probably look into that. But I like to jump in and do a mission or two by myself on the lower levels. Now, everybody's seen the clips of the higher level missions, the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10s, that a lot of time wind up going very spastic and end up looking like this.
Reloading.
Now, those are fun. I love doing that on occasion. You need to do that to get the higher level samples and whatnot, but what we're going to do is we're going to farm for supercredits. Now, there is a faster way of farming for supercredits that involves jumping into level 1 missions, running to all the stuff real quick, and then just abandoning the mission because all the supercredits and money items add immediately to your account, unlike the samples, which you have to extract with. We're not doing that because when you do that, it counts as an abandoned mission, and I don't abandon missions. I'm going to win or die trying. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go on to a level 2 mission, because level 2 missions give you side objectives, and it's possible to get the LiDAR tower. The LiDAR tower will show you where all the little spots on the points of interest on the map are, so it makes it faster to get to. So,
Coordinates locked.
we're going to choose a mission here real quick.
Hellpods prime.
And it gives you a good look at the little map here. So you can choose a drop point. And we are not going to do this mission, because right here this tells me that there is a Sief artillery. That means, since there's only one optional objective, it's going to be the Sief artillery and not the LiDAR tower. So we're going to jump out of this one.
Hellpod logs suspended. Mission preparation aborted.
Now, there are usually 3 missions available.
A worthy choice.
Mission coordinates
Upload
logged.
data 1, that looks promising.
Hellpods prime. Engaging orbital thrusters.
Alright.
Orbit synchronized.
I like to drop near the extract zone because it's usually clear. Alright, so this one does not have the SEAF artillery, so we have a chance at a LiDAR tower. That doesn't mean it's going to be a LiDAR tower. It could be a spore tower. Sometimes it could be a data upload, but that's the primary objective on this one, so it won't be that. And it could be a broadcast tower. There's a couple of them in there that it could be. But it's not a SEAF artillery, and that's for certain. So, I want the running enhancement since I'm in here by myself. We're going to get the boom. I am going to bring the warp backpack. And a pair of sentries to provide fire support.
Launch initiated.
Very important when you're running solo. Dun 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 dun. I love that lead in. 4 notes, it's so simple, but it just hits so hard. Alright, I have landed on a rock.
Go now. Save this planet
So we can do a quick look around. We can see a couple flashy lights, so we know there's some spots to pick up. And if I am not mistaken, I believe that is a LiDAR tower.
Cancel that. Objective located.
Yes. Alright. So looking at our map, we know that since there's a emplacement here, there's almost certainly a little point of interest. And the LiDAR is over here. Now, a note, when you're running maps like these, the more of these little side things that you knock out before you try to go to your main objective, the less you'll get swarmed at the objective because there's less things to spawn monsters. It took me a while to learn that lesson. It's very important. Ooh, I got a scout patrol coming in. I'll throw this over here in front of them. I need to get my warp pack out.
Sending down equipment package.
This came out in the latest War Bond, and while it doesn't allow you to move as fast as some of the other ones, like the jump pack or the fast recon vehicle, it does allow you to aim a little bit. I still took some damage there. But it also allows you to jump into the 2-man buddy bunkers without having a buddy, so that is useful. So I'm going to go work these probably bug nests first. You can jump when it's purple. If you jump when it's orange, you're going to take damage. If you jump again while it's red, it will kill you. So keep that in the back of your mind if you run the jump pack. I wonder if we can get it up there.
Sending down sentry.
Maybe? Oh, no, I think I landed on the other side.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Bug outpost destroyed.
Throwing grenades.
Jumping away from enemies is good. Oh, crap. This is why solo, even on level 2, can be a little dangerous.
Get them! Get them!
We got spore bugs here, and they are all over the place.
Sending down sentry.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
I'll help bunch them up together. Hopefully Matilda the machine gun can take them out. This is why I do not like mist planets. The low visibility can get you overrun in a heartbeat. Even though I'm on low levels, I like to check for the samples, because on higher levels I need them. Alright, we're going to move up toward that one.
Found something.
Alright.
Nothing in the chamber.
So that blows up the little explosive barrels right next to that. You gotta wait for the fire to go out. But they were kind enough to supply me with a secondary weapon. Aha, supercredits.
Deploying sentry.
The machine gun turret is just a... Don't overlook it. It's a beast. It puts in work. It's also the fastest respawn time on it, so you can call them in faster than the other turret.
Deploying sentry. Delivering payload. Outpost destroyed.
The boom.
Eagle 1 withdrawing to rearm.
Everyone loves the boom.
Objective nearby. Outpost first.
So something I probably should have pointed out at the beginning is always, before you jump in, which I didn't do because I didn't mention it, check your equipment, make sure you got the right loadout for what faction you're fighting. We're fighting bugs, so I prefer to have either the cookout shotgun or the breaker incendiary shotgun. Breaker incendiary's got more rounds. Get out of here. But the cookout has better knockback and more damage. So let's get another turret out there.
Hello to democracy!
Alright, LiDAR tower going up.
Eagle back in fight.
Keep an eye out for patrols and spawns that may just decide to show up and kill you. Alright, so we're complete 180. Gotta love that. So that little beep sound that you heard, if you're playing solo, that lets you know that you've got it aligned.
Mission map updated.
Alright, so now if we look at the mission map, which you might see is a little clipped on my screen. I play on a ultra wide, a 21:9 screen, not a 16:9, so I had to clip the edges of recording a little bit to get a little more vertical real estate and not have a whole lot of black background. Alright.
Dropping a pin.
Deploying sentry. Deploying sentry.
Wait for our little upload to finish there. And then we go look for the rest of the super credits. or requisition slips, or war medals, or whatever else they get.
Freedom, triumphs of activity once more. The extraction shuttle awaits you at the west.
So you may not travel as far per jump with the warp pack, but it recharges faster than the jump pack or the hover pack does. So, kind of evens out. Wreck slips on that one.
Tagging map.
And now all we do is run the points. Always be careful of these. Those are hell bombs. Now, those can be useful if you've got a herd of stuff following you and you know where one of those is. You can run by and tap it and it'll explode about 10 seconds later. You can clear out a bunch of followers. Alright, this is the fun part. I gotta try and... You gotta get it just right. You gotta aim for an area. There we go. Sometimes it takes a little doing, which can be trouble on some missions. If you're on a short timer mission, like one of those 12-minute blitz missions, standing there trying to warp into one of these can be... It's easy to warp out. Warping in's the problem. But it can be done. We're going to go over here to the... Oh, actually, extraction's on this side. So we're going to start up here and work around. Now, obviously, on level 2, there's not as many bugs, or bots, or Illuminate. Actually, there's still a fair bit of Illuminate on level 2. But you're not getting constantly swamped and constantly overrun, so... That makes it easier if you're just sheer credit hunting. If you want a little more action, go up to level 3. Each campaign has 2 missions in it. And I think they have 2... secondary objectives in each, and obviously the difficulty goes up. You get more bad guys, which are right here. I think I got them before they caused us a bug breach. One of the reasons I love the cookout shotgun, it's got a nice spread without being too wide, and it does a lot of damage and sets them on fire, which does more damage. It's a great gun. Would probably be classified as a war crime in the real world. Bugs will tend to prioritize sentries, so if they haven't noticed you yet and you throw a sentry out, they may all go toward it.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
If they get too close, though, they can start damaging it, and they can blow it up pretty quickly. So if you need to stay in the area for a minute, watch your turn. You might need to give it some fire support. See? There she goes again. I do not want the flamethrower.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
Watch those steam vents. Sometimes they're holes to nowhere.
Dropping a pin.
I don't know why I did that. I can actually literally see it from here. Muscle memory.
Tagging map.
Yeah, I'm not taking them out. Time to go. That's all of them. So, not a super big increase, but 1200. I think I got 20 or 30. Not the best run ever, but some runs you'll get 40 or 50. I got one run where I got 220. I found two 100 super credit bundles in the same mission. I was astounded. Never happened again. So far.
Deploying sentry. Deploying sentry. Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
You will never destroy our way of life.
ETA T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds.
See, because I cleared out all the hot spots beforehand, now I'm only getting one or two little scouts coming in while I'm trying to extract.
T-minus 1 minute.
I've done these even on level 2, where if you just go hit the main mission and go straight to the extract, you will get swarmed because everything that's a nest on the map is still producing bugs, and they will all come to extract. But that might actually be it. So now it's just a clean wait for Pelican 1 to show up. Oh no, there's another one.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone.
Pelican 1 approaching pickup. Pelican 1 landing in progress. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
And there we go. Extract. Got myself a few more super credits and rec slips, and as you can see, it takes usually less than 20 minutes to run one of these by yourself, even if you're lollygagging. So, I hope you enjoyed. I may or may not do more of these in the future if somebody wants to see me play these games. Usually not. We're more of a living in Korea channel, not a gaming channel. But we'll do whatever people want to watch. So, like, subscribe, do the internet stuff. We'll see y'all around.
I've got a